All right, if you're in the room, let me hear you say, hey. Okay. Is there anyone in here whose last name is Carter? Carter, any Carters in the room? Dang, okay, back there, hey. Can y'all say, hey, Miss Carter? I just wanted to say that. Okay, we're gonna get started with our next presentation. But before we do that, I want to say that I have the honor and privilege, and y'all should too, of introducing the North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, Aggie. Okay, somebody, I'm about to say, I didn't even go to A&T. I went to Dudley, so we baby A&T. I know how to say it, but I want to introduce our next poet, who is the Aggie Poet Laureate for this year. Make some noise, make some noise. Thank you. Mr. Tyler Moore.
How y'all doing? I got a poem, it's a new poem I just wrote to read to y'all. Hope y'all will bear with me a second while I read through it a little bit. Thank y'all for your time today. All right. It's called Ego Death. It's called Ego Death. On the ground laid out in the red snow. Might not meet you in the eyes because they're filled with red and low. Blown apart, but not by bullets. I've been hit with lead, though. My mind shattered, brain splattered, all around my hand rose. Lately, I've been writing all my problems on this page. Tried to ask my parents, but they haven't fixed it twice my age. Trying to swallow all this rage, but this bottle's full of pain. But I think I got it down, less I want to be the same. So I'm still sipping, clutching on the mic to feel like right. That's why I'm still tipping. Stepping very slowly, scared the wrong step, have my heels slipping. Tearing up the images I painted, got my views rippling. Gripping, forming clots up in the pots, that's why I'm still sifting. I want to cook up something great. I've been eating all the scraps, making room up on my plate. I've been studying the ones that came before, cause like them I'm wanting more. I'm tired of the image of my people always being poor. We're way more than that. Put this country on our backs. We've been waiting in the water till we overcome our slacks. Chains been hanging on us, we got tears and scars on our backs. Pain and shame been placed on us before we were a part of that. Tried to catch a tiger, but I caught on. Now they gotta catch up. Got to build our knowledge so when we rise, we can bring the back up. Fill my rhyme with extra passion. Pay attention in my classes. Make a move that shakes the room. So excuse me while I pack up this package full of pain, heavy baggage on my claim. Given to me possible power who don't even know my name. So I pray to God for hours that he bring me out the rain. And once he does it for me, I'll show the world how to do the same.
Hello, everyone. I've been told to wait. May 21st, 1969. A civil rights uprising was sparked at the segregated James B. Dudley High School when a popular black student who was write-in candidate for student council president was denied his landslide victory. Allegedly, he was denied access to the office because school officials feared his activism in the Black Power movement. That Dudley student, Claude Barnes, contacted students at North Carolina A&T State University for support and to stand in solidarity with him, which they did. Greensboro was no stranger to struggle. It's famous for being the birthplace of the sit-in movement, which began when 4 A&T students demanded equal servants at a segregated lunch counter nearly a decade earlier in 1960.
Since there had already been tension between the Ku Klux Klan and A&T students previously, the government of North Carolina at the time, Governor Robert Walker Scott, summoned the National Guard to control the protests that the students were planning on having on A&T's campus.
During this protest, that ultimately became known as the A&T Dudley Revolt, a student, a sophomore at A&T, was shot in the head as he walked towards Scott Hall with his friends. Shot, murdered, dead. No suspects have been or ever were taken into custody. Till this day, that act of terrorism is classified as an unsolved murder. His name is Willie Grimes.
It was just another day, or at least it's what it felt like. I was just walking down the street to get some McDonald's. And I thought something was burning, or at least it's what it smelled like. But I was just across from my dorm, so it shouldn't have been no problem. But I did know them boys that sat up at that restaurant, and I knew the cops was walking around with their protection on. But I never would have guessed it. Never would have attested to seeing my friend laid on the ground with 3 bullets going down the back of his neck. It left me shell-shocked, wondering if those shells hot. So lost in my head that while I'm crawling, think I smell rot. Later, I found out it was diesel. And every time I smell that smell around me, I can see you. Man, I hate it had to be you. So I write this out to Willie Ernest Grimes. They have tried to hide your story. I fear they're truly hiding crimes. So as a testament of history and everything you meant to me, I write this out for you and others gone before their time.
By a show of hands, how many of you knew about this event? Good numbers, kind of divided. A lot of us do, a lot of us have not. And so this occurred here in Greensboro at A&T's campus. Now, how many of you have seen the reflection pool on campus? This image right here. Okay, if you've been on campus recently, it's not hard to miss, but yes, this has been made in honor of the Scott Hall that was shot up. This is the pool right there. It's right in the middle of campus near the Student Center. Do you know that there is a monument to commemorate the senseless death of Mr. Willie Grimes? Anyone? Very select. I seen three hands, four. That is in the academic quad. So if you know where any Aggies in here, if you know where Martina and Crosby and all that, right in the middle, right behind the Veterans Honor statue as well. And so this, unfortunately, this was an act of terrorism, and it was just the beginning. A little less than a decade later, on November 3rd, 1979, the incident occurred.
Reverend Nelson Johnson, a prominent Communist Worker Party leader and veteran of the early civil rights activist efforts, was instrumental in organizing and educating local workers, leading union drives in factories, and spearheading a march boldly titled Death to the Klan.
Reverend Nelson Johnson is seen giving a speech during a protest. This image is reflective of what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. referred to in his I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. on August 23, 1963. People of different races and cultural backgrounds came together to fight for the safety and peace of their families, friends, and neighbors.
This poster was created by the Communist Workers' Party to call for an end to the Klan activities. The Communist Workers' Party's primary focus was on racial injustice and the oppression of Black and working-class communities in the area. However, due to its strong messaging, it was taken out of context by Klan members as a direct death threat.
Nevertheless, the Communist Workers' Party planned a march to raise their voices against the Ku Klux Klan and the National Socialist Party in protest to injustice. This protest, the Death to the Klan March, was set to begin at Morningside Homes, a predominantly Black housing complex, and end at City Hall. As the march participants entered the street at the corner of Carver and Everett, they were accosted by members of the Klan and the Socialist Party. Police presence was delayed on the day of the event, allowing an armed convoy of approximately 40 Klansmen and Nazis, directed in part by Eddie Dawson, a government informant, to approach and violently attack the unarmed Communist Workers' Party. The ambush lasted approximately 88 seconds and resulted in the deaths of 5 marchers: Sandra Neely Smith, Caesar Koss, James Waller, William Sampson, and Michael Nathan, in addition to injuring 11 others.
Every movement has its heroes, the ones that history remembers. But behind every fallen leader is a home that goes silent. Behind every march is a family praying their loved one returns.
And behind every cry for justice is someone holding their breath, hoping today will not take what they love most. Joyce, steady in her faith even though her heart may be troubled. And Carolyn, newly broken, trying to understand why. November 3rd, 1979, what happens to those left behind?
Just give me a moment. I gotta go get my keys.
Members of the Ku Klux Klan and Nazi Party attacked the Communist Workers' Party during a protest a few hours ago, leaving 5 dead and more than 11 wounded, some in critical condition. More news after the break. Stay with us.
Thank you. Can we just run that back real quick? Yeah? Testing, okay. Just give me a moment. I just gotta go get my keys, okay? I'll be right with you.
All right.
Members of the Ku Klux Klan and Nazi Party attacked the Communist Workers' Party during a protest a few hours ago, leaving 5 dead and more than 11 wounded, some in critical condition. More news after the break. Stay with us.
What happened? What happened?
He didn't make it. They shot him.
Oh, God.
They just shot him like he was nothing.
Come, sit with me.
You know, when you do good, good things are supposed to happen to you. You know, he didn't have work today. He could have just gone home.
Listen to me. The reason why we didn't stay home is because we were committed to a fight.
And for what? Huh? What about me? He's gone now and I don't have nothing. He's gone. He's gone.
I know it's not fair, and you're not alone, beloved. Look at me. You hear me? You are not alone. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.
He's gone. He's gone.
I feel like going on. I feel like going on. Though trials may come on every hand, I feel like going on. I feel like going on. I feel like going on. And though trials may come on every hand, I feel like going
acquitted all Klan and Nazis defendants on grounds of self-defense. Really?
Really. Despite myths of their decline, the incident exposed the ongoing threat posed by white supremacist groups in the late 20th century and revealed how institutional forces, including law enforcement, and federal agencies like the FBI, targeted organizations through surveillance and infiltration.
In light of this, the Greensboro Truth and Reconciliation Commission was established for the purpose of healing and transforming the community. This commission consists of 7 highly respected and vetted individuals, such as Reverend Nelson Johnson and Desmond Tutu. These individuals are appointed to serve the community through a domestic selection process. The committee officially called the incident a massacre, citing institutional racism and political bias against an organization. Civil lawsuits subsequently held local authorities responsible for negligence.
Police complicity as well as racial bias contributed significantly to the massacre and underscored systemic racism's role in undermining Black political activism.
The legacy of the Greensboro Massacre continues to highlight the intersections of racial violence, class struggle, and state power in the shaping of social and political landscape of the American South.
Morningside Homes, the segregated public housing community where the Greensboro Massacre occurred, stood into its demolition in 2002 and has since been replaced by Willow Oaks, a mixed-income development that sits really close to home for me because it's located just 1 mile from North Carolina A&T's campus. It's 4-minute drive or less than a 30-minute walk, and I know that because I take that walk thanks to one of our community leaders, if you've known him, his name is Reverend Drumright. He has also been in partnership with True Homes and has put new homeowners in that community as well. So I, a student at A&T, have seen this and walked past this history. So if you haven't, just realize how close to home this really is. This site remains a tangible link to our history. The beloved community center, founded in 1991 by Reverend Nelson Johnson and Mrs. Joyce Johnson, continues their legacy of fighting against injustice.
This is the ongoing 40, a never-ending fight for justice. We are the culmination of the subjugation perpetuated by an ungrateful nation that refuses to see us because try as we might, we can't fight the plight that stems from years of the government's distrust in our communities. Our elders have paved the way, seen friends gunned down by souls led astray, yet instead of being blinded by their own dismay, they saw only reconciliation and acknowledgement. So just what did the city do? For more than 40 years, our beloved community was made to jump through hoops. We all know this massacre was systemic. So Miss Mary Kay, Miss Hoffman, why the refusal of the truth? Were there pain cries not enough for you? Were you afraid that AIDS across the board would ignite a flame in the youth? If so, take a good long gander at just what you are looking at. We are the product of a foundation that refuses to fall flat because we are a voice that transcends decades. Where there is love, there is hope. We won't succumb to your tropes. We are a force that cannot be swayed.
The legacy of Morningside, the Greensboro Massacre, lives on. So what can we do?
Urge Greensboro city officials to issue formal public apologies
and erect a national monument in Morningside Homes to commemorate the 5 lives lost.
We could also advocate for some institutional reforms, including mandatory anti-racism training for all city and county employees.
And also advocate for living wages for public workers and annual reports on racial disparities in policing and services.
We can support community education by pushing local schools and our universities to integrate the massacre into curricula and establish citizen review boards to oversee police accountability and prevent future complicity.
We can organize study groups, attend anti-racism workshops, and demand diverse jury pools to address ongoing intersections of racial violence, class struggle, and state power.
The fight continues.
My next piece is called Silver Lining. I have this one memorized. I went searching, but I didn't find it. Searching long and hard for that silver lining, scrounging every crevice and every corner to see that small sliver of hope come shining. But even when I found time to smile, the pain inside grew all the while. But I kept on working and laying the tiles, because the contract I signed was forever binding. One day will that wish come true, to see that light come passing through. Moses struggled, and Abraham too, to reach that mountain, but they kept on climbing. I fell off from my Savior's plan, tried to cross the street without my Father's hand, slipping, tripping, thinking I could take a stand, without the will of God behind me. Almost lost my soul, would've lost my goals, truly lost myself if I wasn't binded. But sadly, no one knows on all those roads where I could have found my silver lining. And maybe that's where I got lost, asking others for advice, because there's nothing that I don't have that without I couldn't suffice. I listened to the walls of noise and built a cage of my own device, just to find that God left the keys inside me. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your time and just listening to our presentation. I am Lakaija Floyd. I am a senior English creative writing student at North Carolina A&T and had the honor and privilege of studying this and contributing to the nonfiction portion of this presentation.
Hi guys, my name is Kayla Garland. I am a junior at North Carolina A&T, and I am a mass media production major and also a member of the Eagle Dance Company, and I contributed to the nonfiction group.
All right, hi, my name's Hope. I'm a senior creative writing student at A&T, and I contributed to the screenwriting part, the scene part of the production. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kashmisha Monroe, and I'm also a senior in the creative writing, and I'm also part of the screenwriting group as well.
Hello, my name is Jay McClendon. I am a sophomore visual arts and English writing major, and I was part of the fiction group.
Hello, my name is Zay Daniels. I'm a junior creative writing student at A&T, and I contributed to the fiction group.
Hello, I am Noelia. I am a junior English education student at A&T, and I did the final poem for the poetry group.
I'm Tyler Moore, an English creative writing student. I am also the Aggie Poet Laureate this year, and I contributed to the poet group, the poetry group.
Hello, everybody. My name is Isaiah Griffin. I am a senior music general student, and I came to sing.
Go ahead.
And if possible, I want to give one more piece. I'm going to bring my chair up. This is actually a song that I sang at my grandmother's funeral in 2017. It was a song that was very close to her. Miss Williams didn't know, but I hope I can do it justice on today. I was born by the river in a little old tent, and oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brothers, and I said, brothers, help me please. But then they wound up knocking me right down on my knees. There's been times I thought I wouldn't last for long, but Lord, I know we're able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
All right, thank you so much. I'm so proud of these students, just immensely proud, and we're just happy to bid you greetings from North Carolina A&T State University.
Aggie Pride.
So first and foremost, I would like to thank these students. They allowed me to transform our curriculum to study Morningside, the 1979 Greensboro massacre, to study that book that was written by Aran Shetterly. That's what we did for the entire semester. We did our research, and I would thank you so much. And this is the book. Each student had it, and that was last semester. And Mr. Shetterly, my students this semester, some of them are here. If you guys would stand up, we're still studying your book. I've changed the curriculum. And now in order to do that, I had to have support. So I would like to, for Dr. Kendra N. Bryant Aya to stand up, please. Yes, okay, Dr. Bryant Aya. She was the first one that gave me a yes. I said, listen, she listened to me, and I said, this is what I would like to do with the curriculum and the textbook. What do you think? And she said, if that's what you like to do, go for it. So I appreciate you for your yes, and for your compassion, and for your assistance being a sounding board to tell me, hey, wait a minute. You need to go back to the drawing board, and you need to think about it. So I appreciate you, and I want to give you your flowers. I would also like to acknowledge I am an English professor, and I also teach creative writing. So the director of the creative writing department is also here. Professor Daniels, would you please stand? not only is he our director, but he is the current Greensboro Poet Laureate. And now I have a special thank you to Professor Lucky. Would you please stand up? Yes, yes. Professor Lucky has worked with our students. You saw he had the book on the ready to bring it to me. And he also, in a play a few years ago, he also portrayed Reverend Nelson Johnson. Yes, so he's been a tremendous asset. And now for all of my other professors that are here today, Dr. Warner, Professor Squires, Professor Turman, am I leaving? Oh, I can't see all the way back there. You got to yell your name out to me. Huh? Professor Perry, yes. Oh, Dr. Harper. Oh, Dr. Harper, no, you got to stand up, Dr. Harper, because look, y'all, she is so humble, but that is my chair. She is over our entire department. We're under her leadership. So she made sure that we got here safely today. And so she is amazing. Give her a round of applause again. That's my chair, Dr. Harper. And I'd like to thank you, Professor Perry, because you had firsthand knowledge. Your family member lived on the street. And so you gave me inside knowledge to marry with this book to help us come up with this creative presentation today. So thank you so much. All right, I think that's, oh, and I am Professor Yolanda Williams. Thank you.
Let's give him another round of applause. We're going to do a quick set changeover, and I'm not going to sing. Definitely not.
All right, while we do our set change, I just have a few announcements. On your table, you should have a single page looking just like this. Okay, on here we do have some edits to our schedule, so please, please, please refer to that. I would love to answer all questions, but they're on the paper, so just look at the paper. We have listed all of our A&T students who participated in the presentation today, as well as our individuals who will sit on our Morningside panel, which will occur in just a few minutes, which will be moderated by Dr. Gwen Bookman. Some other announcements we had while you were connecting earlier during our break. I don't know if you heard me, but if you flip towards the end of your program, there are 2 blank pages. Please utilize those pages to make connections and network with others in the room. I want to shout out the fact that we have people from across the state who are in this room. So if you want to expand outside of Greensboro, make some connections, please do so. We even have a couple people who came out of state, from Nashville, from Virginia, and so I just want to acknowledge those people for traveling so far to being with us today. My last announcement is going to be, if you drive a black Escalade, you parked in my spot, and I got beloved beef with you, but I love you down. But you drive a black Escalade, I'm looking at you. It's beloved beef, I love you. Move over. I'll keep going. But yes, please, as we set up, mingle amongst yourself, make some connections, and we will start our panel in just a little bit. Thank you.
Can I have our panelists for our next section approach the stage?